let's get down to business. Game number 2 on the way.
And the way game number 1 kind of transitioned was the theme of giving up Freya and the Baron on eUnited to allow Janus for Hurriwind, Ratatasker for Mass. The global pressure didn't really justify giving up those 2 strong picks, I feel.
Yeah, I'm with you. I did like the Ratatasker for Mask, but being aware of that, like you said, kind of scary when you think about the big picture. So certainly something to think about. eUnited now on the other side. CLG will look for the first selection. So with that, eUnited changing their approach, banning out the Freya, as well as banning out the Morrigan on the other side, Global, Hunter, and Merc.
I don't know if Morrigan is the correct ban, because banning away Baskin is just almost impossible. Whether it's going to be Morrigan, he'll play the Neath even from time to time. Giving up the Athena, I don't know if this Morrigan was worth banning.
But we'll see. CLG have a number of the Morrigan players as well, not just eUnited. So the Global Guardian will be the first selection here overall. eUnited looking for the control. Will pick up Baron Samedi, likely for Benji, maybe in the hands of PBM. And alongside the Voodoo Man will be Pele, character that has been banned out all day today, all 3 matches of our SSG Splice, and the first match, or the first game of this match as well. So we'll see Pele one more time. Scream certainly did the new character justice last time we saw him play it, so I'm expecting much of the same. Rama and Janus across the way.
I kind of want to see it being played on Benji just to switch things up, to see what he can really bring to the table. We saw Scary D do it last week, had a pretty remarkable performance in that solo lane, but this is kind of your Scream style god.
Yeah, I'm also personally, I'm not about the solo lane, Pele. I think that not that she doesn't provide enough in that solo lane. I think there's a ton of knock-up, and you can just do more in the jungle.
I agree.
I just like her better there.
The problem is that you can never kill Pele because of the passive in the solo lane.
Exactly.
It comes up every 20 seconds, and a higher level Pele compared to everyone else in the game transitioning to those teamfights is very scary.
Absolutely. It's a fair point there, totally. Second round of bans coming out. No Chonga, no Raven, no Naja. Counterlogic Gaming with the last ban here.
They really like their globals between Athena, Janus, semi-global for Snoopy on the Ram. Ratatasker still available. Still available.
I want to ban a mid laner, or I want to ban Ratatasker. That's what I'm thinking right now here for eUnited. Like you said, I can't really ban out Baskin, but I can ban out approaches. And it's going to be the Ardio. Ardio stops Athena, Ram, and Janus. So that is an interesting choice, especially when you realize that PolarBearMike has a strong Ardio. The Sobek here. So I think that means Baron for PBM.
Yeah, Baron, the same exact way we saw last game. Sobek was for Benji, Baron for PBM. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, I believe it was last week or 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, last week specifically, where Scream had a good game on the Pele.
Batsinator in the jungle, which leaves Bellona, the solo laner of choice for fineokay. That'll go up against what is likely to be the Sobek. We saw Blink Sobek last time from Benji. Big commit, but big results as well. Baskin's going to play Scylla. This character, late game, not so much early game, but when she comes online, everybody feels it.
With the knockup from Pele into the crush from Scylla, that's a lot of jungle control that you have to worry about, especially with the movement speed coming out of Scream. But CLG does have the portals that they need to use effectively.
This is an interesting one here. I'm always a fan of Batz. I think that he does a great job, but how does he work against characters like Pele and Baron is the question.
Well, it's all about disrupting the engage out of Pele. With the Fear No Evil, you certainly can do so. I'm expecting CLG to play more just reactionary because they have so much global pressure between the Janus and the Athena. Look for the ganks from eUnited and look to counter gank with the Batz.
Well, we've got Mask here on the Batz, newest addition to Counterlogic Gaming. Will it be enough to bring us to a Game 3? John, Ryan, take us away.
Thanks, Tom and Toli, as always. Excuse me there, ladies and gentlemen, as we move right into Game 2. CLG up against eUnited, and Scream on the Pele. No one has looked better on this pick yet, so it certainly seems like a bad sign. But CLG has some very strong picks of their own to try and answer. I'm just a bit worried.
You should be, because Scream has definitely been the most successful Pele so far. I think I only have to do the lost bet for one. So
I think that's fair, yeah.
I'm back to normal now. Go Steelers, by the way.
It's a rough start for you all, and potentially a rough start in the dual lane as PandaCat tries to defend the purple buff along with PBM. You know, they weren't able to get it, they weren't able to pick it up. We'll see if CLG keep up their pressure here in duo.
I am interested in seeing how the pressure goes on the other side of the map, though, for Benji up against fineokay. we've seen a lot less of these pressure solos. It feels like Aquarius is kind of the only one who's playing them consistently in North America.
Like you're not able to get as much value out of the pressure, it feels like.
Right. So how well can fineokay control this lane? He's going to be rushing Berserkers. He starts round shield and is going to back as soon as he gets that 1700 gold mark and just pick up the Berserkers right away. But Benji's going to be able to stalemate this lane very well. So it's more about what fineokay is able to do at getting into the enemy jungle, stealing away blue, stealing away XPs on that side of the map as well.
PolarBearMike taking quite a bit of poke. But hey, all is forgiven when your Baron, Consigned Spirits, heals him back up quite a bit, and now he's looking even better than Snoopy is on that ROM, though these Astral Aerials are quite good clear early on. They're able to maintain a good amount of pressure as Jigz actually dashes in to get a little more clear.
The problem with this composition for eUnited is that they've got very, very good control and incredible damage. They kind of bring it all.
Is that the problem? That they have so much good stuff?
Yeah, in a way. But it's not just like good stuff that doesn't work well together. I mean, when you've got Baron root into Scylla root crush, that's going to be a kill more often than not. Life of the party is literally perfect setup for Scylla. Jigz will never be able to survive that if he gets comboed from even 3/4 HP. And will fineokay be able to survive that? The Scylla pick, I think, is an interesting one for Baskin. We've seen so little Scylla as of late that I'm curious to see how he does with it. I do think that the recent Book of Thoth changes make Scylla a lot more appealing because that build path is very advantageous for her. She can get big power spikes early on and be able to utilize them pretty well.
Wow. I'm a little bit surprised PandaCat dropped the beads on that one. Snoopy was coming around the corner. He's right. He might not have understood just how much damage is actually there, and it's always better to be safe rather than sorry. But a bit curious as Jigz does a good job forcing his hand. Not able to secure the buff, though.
I agree. I think Panda's probably fine without beads. Even if Snoopy and Master there, I don't think that they get enough damage in time to end up finding that kill. So
because of how quickly he had Dive Bomb, right? He was definitely fine, yeah.
Well, now Mask can head over. Once he hits level 5, those beads should still be down for PandaCat at that point. We'll see if he's able to make use of that.
Fine, okay, we talked about it already. Some pressure he might have here in solo. He's got the Berserker shield. Good interrupt from Benji. That should be free for him all game, but Bellona doesn't mind that much. Bludgeon's still very, very good, even at the initial damage. Whoa. Just right into the ultimate without any setup. Baskin hits home onto Hurriwind. They can't find the kill, but he's hunting on this Scylla for blood.
Yeah, that was surprising, but I think it surprised CLG as well. Baskin sends Hurry back to base a little bit early. Not too early. I mean, Hurriwind still has boots too, so it's not bad, but showing it's kind of like a heat check. You know,
yes.
Baskin dribbles it up and throws one off the glass, and it goes in, but it banked in. He's like, okay, I've got a feel for where I am right now. We'll see what happens whenever he finishes off that Book of Thoth and some pen boots. That would have been potentially just an outright kill.
I have no evidence for this, but this felt like a feeling himself kind of pick from Baskin, picking this Scylla, right? We don't see her.
Let's be real. Is Baskin ever not feeling himself?
That's true. And that's why it's safe to say. But you know, no one's really playing much Scylla right now. These all-in sort of burst mages aren't getting played much in general, and we are seeing some immobile mages, so Scylla's not very popular. But they pick this one, and Baskin comes up and just drops an ult in your face because I'm just hitting stuff right now. That's kind of what it felt like.
I feel like it. You know, it just feels like dropping it on you.
I just feel like playing Scylla. You know, that's what it felt like.
I don't blame him. I always feel like playing Scylla. Hurriwind needs to be careful here. There's enough disruption that Scream already. I mean, that's without Volcanic Lightning. I wonder if he could have actually killed him from there with Volcanic Lightning. It would have been close, but you have so much kill potential around the map, even onto fineokay with that ultimate, that when you use it without a guaranteed kill, you feel like you miss an opportunity.
I like Hurriwind's patience there on not using the bead since it does work out, but I wonder if that's the right call. I mean, it was so close to falling, and the knockup did absolutely come through and land. If he could avoid the knockup, he might be able to get away from a little bit more damage. It works out there, but I just wonder if that's going to be the right mentality going forward.
Well, he was going to be able to finish boots off fast enough anyways that he was going to be going back to base soon. He went back right afterwards, and it's still A-okay because of it.
Looks like could be some trouble over here on the right-hand side. fineokay. Volcanic Lightning, though, off the mark. That means Scream not going to be able to follow up any further, but with the Eagles rally there anyway. He might not have been able to. Now Benji in some trouble. There is the Eagles rally. They drop it right down on top of the Croc, but it's just not enough damage.
I think Scream was intending to go away with Volcanic Lightning, though I think that with the water and Volcanic Lightning, that could have been a kill. No ward vision on that right-hand side in that spot, because there's no way they knew Mask was coming or anything like that, but seemed like they wanted to give that chase up, as it looks like in mid, Hurry and Baskin traded ultimates. Hurriwind likely to get away from that I'm a Monster.
No reason not to. It's nice. It should be up relatively often, though Hurriwind is going, it seems like, full damage. We've seen this a little bit more. We don't see a ton of Janus, and when we see him nowadays, he's not built the utility, like, full cooldown Janus like we used to see anymore. They build him for this damage.
Yeah, I'm still not in love with it. I know I get on my soapbox every time about how lots of mages do burst damage. Janus is the only one who does Janus stuff. So you should build CDR so you can actually utilize it. And I still think that, but I also think that the way that Mage's Blessing is not quite as favored yet. Remember, it did end up getting a change, so maybe whenever that comes back, I think I think it's much more likely we see Janus players move away from the book build once that goes into competitive play.
It's just more power now instead of the like bonus ability damage that you're getting on the back end. So that might be more valuable early on to some of these mages and might facilitate more of the cooldown build since you'll have some power from elsewhere. We'll see if that'll be the call as Hurriwind backs one more time, likely to finish off the Book of Thoth. But it's been quiet a little bit here so far. We've seen some engagements. We haven't seen no engagements, but they've not yet hit home. Everybody's still alive. No one's fallen yet. That first blood bounty still out there to be claimed.
Baskin hasn't finished off that Book of Thoth quite yet, but that is the big power spike that he's looking for in the mid lane. Scream going to be working towards a Shifters, actually pretty early on. A little bit expensive to go first item, but it does give you such insane power.
Yeah.
It also synergizes really well with Pele's passive, because even though you lose power from the front end of Shifters, you pick up the defense, you get that lifesteal, and you get power from the Pele passive anyways, that you don't miss it quite as much, and it makes you really hard to kill.
Irwin gets away through space and time, doesn't hit home. Mast does drop the ultimate. Has to jump away from the damage from Scream. Well, not the best fight there in the middle lane from CLG, but they keep everyone alive, so you can't complain too much.
Scream did use the beads, so at least a small win for CLG. But yes, losing through space and time and Fear No Evil with no real commit from eUnited is definitely going to favor the defending champs.
Didn't we see a Hercules go Shifter Shield first item recently? That might have been over in the minor league. I don't exactly remember where we saw it, but it's an item I feel like we're seeing a little bit more of as PolarBearMike just drops the coffin, pulls Jigz back in. Baskin is there for the follow-up. I'm a Monster to try and grab Molly Channels, and PolarBearMike finds the kill. First blood for United, and Scream's not done. Volcanic Lightning sets up one more underneath the tower.
Perfect knock-up on the bludgeon as well. Scream on the run. Magma Rush.
Heal.
Good. Furious Monkey, not good enough. Big heal from PBM, and a great kill. And as I mentioned, I mean, even Jigz fill HP nearly can't withstand that damage.
But he's right back in with the Defender of Olympus. PolarBearMike finds one more heal, gets away from the damage coming out, but fineokay finds him anyway. He does get thrown back underneath the tower, and Benji finds one more kill. The rotation from the Croc was huge, and Benji finds one more.
Great snipes from Snoopy to set up and make sure that PBM falls, but support for Solo is going to favor eUnited every day of the week. Plus, don't forget, they killed Jigz at the very top end of that engagement. So eUnited basically kill a bunch there. They get mid and Hurriwind as well. A 3-for-1 in their favor, and it's on to 3 much better targets in the support.
A very strong fight there from eUnited. I was just saying the pace had slowed down a little bit, and then eUnited come in the middle lane and just land everything, don't they? I mean, PolarBearMike pulls Jigz back in. Baskin unloads the kit and is able to find that kill onto Jigz. A little bit of help. It goes to PolarBearMike in the end. And the chase down from Scream underneath the Tier 1 tower. That was a perfect fight, really, from eUnited.
Sets them up pretty well for some success. No relics burned on CLG, so at least they've got that going for them, where they don't, you know, they're not completely vulnerable now for the next few moments, but still not a great start to this game for CLG.
No, not at all. As they do end up getting a bit punished there in the middle lane. And already, United have a nice lead to speak of, almost 2,000 gold out in front. So they've been able to farm a little bit more efficiently on the map. Experience is right there with them. and they've got quite a few tools to keep them going throughout the game. We've said it before, both these teams are strong in both stages. You know, you love a Rama and an Athena late game. It's hard to ask for more. But this eUnited squad is very scary as well. I mean, one Scylla swinging a crush can be enough to send you running for the hills just by itself.
And no Onis this time around for Jigz. Instead, he goes for the Genjis. It's a little bit more magical protection than the Onis provides, but that it does lack that damage mitigation that the Oni Hunters will give you. You get an extra 10 prots for more gold, an extra 50 health as well. I think Onis is only 100 if my memory serves. It does give you CDR, and the passive is good on Genjis too, but I'm curious as to why he feels like that's the better pickup in this game in particular instead of the Onis. Maybe it's that Genji's passive, it gets an extra taunt off.
Yes.
Every fight would be very strong. But I think after that little display in the mid lane, I'd be a little bit worried about living to the second taunt.
That's right. And maybe he's not expecting to be surrounded that often. If things go the way CLG planned them out, right, he's probably around one guy, the guy he's taunting, and the rest of the team can kind of blow them up on the back end. So maybe that's the idea, and I do think that there's a lot of merit to more taunts from the passive and the CDR for Jake, so I like that as well. But we'll see if it works out. It certainly couldn't hurt to have something a little bit cheaper, and if you do get collapsed on, the mitigation is very, very nice.
And normally, as a support, you're telling yourself and your team, if they're willing to waste 2 ultimates to kill me,
very true,
we should win the fight. But it's a little bit different with Scylla, because if Baskin kills with that execute basically on I'm a Monster and gets the reset, then it's really only like eUnited used 1, and then Baskin gets a second chance to make even more of an impact with the I'm a Monster.
It was indeed that shifter coming out from Scream. He will have an absurd amount of damage. It's 35 on the item, then another 35 when you're over that health threshold. 70 in total is an absurd amount from one item. Does anything give more? Maybe Blood for it? Doesn't it give an absurd amount as well, like somewhere around 75?
Yeah, 75.
Yeah, so a lot of power coming from one item that also gives plenty of sustain as PandaCat's in trouble, even with the ultimate there, but Hurriwind blows him up with through space and time. A very nice ultimate coming out from the Janus.
Scream gonna try and chase down Mast, has that volcanic lightning, hits it, but the Snoopy is the target. He'll buy some time with Astral Barrage, but I'm a Monster gets it done for Baskin too. Thank you very much, and I'll take your red buff with me. Maybe Gold Fury's on the docket.
Well, that is one way to turn the fight around. We said it before, once Scylla ult can change the game, there's a reason it's a meme at this point. It's very, very true. Baskin, crush, and I'm a Monster. No way for Mast to make it out of that. And the second Snoopy came back down, he had the follow-up. Scream facilitates that with his damage, but it's Baskin who gets it done in the end.
Good chase by eUnited, and that's what Pele allows you to do, is really chase down that kill. But
yeah,
I do like the commit onto PandaCat. Sunbreaker's a really, really good ult, but at the highest level, you do end up standing still for a long time. I mean,
yes.
You stand still at a long time at every level, but you really do get punished for it much more often when you're doing it at the Pro League.
Let's go back and take a look at Baskin's double kill. What else could we end up seeing but that, right? He's able to find the I'm a Monster. Remember, it's Scream. Even though he doesn't get the kill, he comes in and finds some nice damage that gets them in the threshold for Baskin to finish him off. Crush does the work, and then I'm Monster to finish.
Mast did use the beads, tried to get on the slow that Crush provides, but Baskin already detonated a little bit late on the Relic, or she really didn't need to use it at all at that point. It's the way, it's warming back up. You know, it'll take some time.
That's true. A little bit of growing pain to Scream. Zooms down the lane. fineokay, I don't know where you thought you were going, but it's to Scream Town. But Fear No Evil's really good, and now Scream's taking a ton of damage in return. fineokay and Mast turn things around. Now they want Benji as well as Hurriwind joins the fray.
Great taunt. Catches the charge prey. Hurriwind likely could have caught up to Benji anyways, but guaranteeing it there. Great play by Jigz. Gets CLG their 3rd kill.
Whoa, they're looking for him.
Yeah, they're looking for Scream, but Scream gets the back off in time.
That was just barely enough. If Scream had backed even a little bit further to the left, they'd have had vision on him, and I think enough time to catch him out. But because he was around that corner, he was able to finish channeling the back. Very close, though. I like the idea. That is a low-risk, high-reward play, which is the kind of plays you want.
Taunt on a PBM. Little bit of damage, but really not that much. Snoopy gonna roll in and look for a little bit more. Baskin actually uses the ultimates, and Sentinel is down. Better safe than sorry. Get that CC immunity. Get that movement speed. No Aegis for Baskin in this game. He picked up Blink.
I like this, though. You got to be a little bit more liberal with it. A Scream takes the bludgeon to the face, does find the knock-up onto fineokay, and it's an absurd amount. He's almost full HP. He does have Soul Eater, remember, to augment some of that sustain, but there's plenty in Pele's kit already.
Well, he's not getting any ability lifesteal from it yet because it's not evolved, so he still needs to stack it up in order to get that. So he just had the 10% lifesteal on his auto attacks, and yeah, Pele heals a lot. Buy anti-heal against her. It's pretty simple.
It's something that you're absolutely going to need to do. But I like that Baskin, to go back to the play he made, is willing to use I'm a Monster. It's such a big tool in a team fight. That's very true, and you want to have it. But it's also so good for Scylla's safety. Sentinel also provides a lot of that, but the movement speed, the CC immunity, get on out of there.
Baskin's got Blink, and Hurriwind is really low, but Baskin decided not to end up going for it. I think too many people think of I'm a Monster as number 1 in execute, and number 2, the most important ability in Scylla's kit, when it truly isn't. Sikkim is the most important ability in Scylla's kit.
Once you have all the points in it, it's absolutely nuts.
It is her best ability. And I think that Baskin using I'm a Monster defensively is usually the right call.
Sikkim is very underrated, actually. We talk all the time about one of the best abilities in the game. I think upgraded Sikkim really does make a case for that. I mean, Taunt's very good too, but I mean, being able to root multiple people in that AoE, that's absurd.
A 1.75 second AoE root that scales at 80%. Is that good?
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, I think that's
you've
good.
sold me, by the way.
Yeah.
Sikkim is now in the conversation. We have that from now on. But fineokay, he goes rally up, back down. There is a tier 1 tower here, so he's A-okay, but not able to find any home there. But Mask drops the Fear No Evil. It does bring Baskin low, and PBM takes some poke. But a couple ults committed without any kind of real follow-up.
I think Baskin used the beads towards the back end. He was a little bit late on it, but did indeed. So, small win for Mask. Cost him his blink, but he's got 20% CDR currently between Transcendence and hi-rez, so he'll have Fear No Evil up pretty soon.
If he elects for Jotun's next, it'll get even worse. He is working on some pen, and that's certainly an option. We'll see where it is he chooses to go, as Gold Fury has not been dropped just yet. We're about to approach 18 minutes of play, and it's mostly been these jungle skirmishes, and as a result, even though eUnited have fought well, they don't have a tremendous lead. About 2,500 or so gold out in front in their favor, 2,400 experience as well. Nothing that CLG couldn't fight into if they wanted.
Scream just had a beads again. Jigz has played very well so far on this Athena. Yeah, Scream's beads down.
Athena's good.
Batz plus Athena, classic combo. You need beads for both, can only have beads for one.
fineokay, I understand you are a solo laner, sir, but that is also a Scylla. That's just how it goes. Scream removed, though, by Hurriwind on the left-hand side. No way for Scream to try and fight back into that one. The Suns come out from PandaCat as well, try and lock down Snoopy and trade. They do have the life of the party to pull him back in. It's Jigz the target. I'm a Monster is there to bring him low. Jigz trying to survive through all of it and barely does.
Benji's going to try and cut him off, but can't quite do it. Snoopy pays his life, though, in exchange for his supports. fineokay left alone, has Eagles rally, up downs, as a traditional solo laner does, and does get punished for it. Baskin found Mass. Did he blink after him? He did. Caught Mass sleeping with the blink Scylla.
Able to hunt him down. Now Hurriwind in a little bit of trouble. Apparently didn't have the portal. Makes it to it just barely, but Benji is not done chasing yet. He has Jigz here to help him out, but Gold Fury now under siege by eUnited. A huge fight that once again starts with Scream as the focus. Somehow, I know it's a meme, but I really do think that they commit a little bit too much on the Scream and the rest of the team capitalize on the back end.
I don't know if I agree. I don't understand how CLG loses that fight so hard.
I agree.
Where the way Hurriwind played that was really, really cool, because that's good communication from Jigz to understand that Scream's here, I've got a taunt on him, I'm going to have a taunt on him because it has to be preemptive on the taunt. And then to pull him right back, Hurriwind knows that he can't hit with Unstable Vortex right away, so he channels and fires through space and time to lead, because he's going to end up dealing the majority of the damage with that, and then that buys him time to get in range for that Unstable Vortex right away. So you only lose really through space and time, which is a high variance ability anyways. Sometimes you'll miss through space and time and still win a team fight.
Right.
I don't know if Mass ever got the ultimate off in that fight. That's the big thing for me. I don't know if he ever got it off.
And they committed so much on the Jigz in that fight and didn't even get the kill right away, so it's crazy that they're able to turn in their favor. A big part of it, though, was Baskin makes that excellent play, I believe, with the blink trying to hunt him down. Let's go back and take a look and see what Baskin was able to do in that fight as well from the Scylla perspective.
I mean, when you are this late in the fight and you have still 1,500 HP, you're in a pretty good spot overall. Baskin's gonna place a ward and just kind of wait and see, and just wait for the right opportunity. Yeah,
Sick 'em.
Blink root through the unstable vortex, by the way.
Do we need to tell you Sick'em's good again? As Hurriwind through space and time for damage one more time, right in the face of Scream.
What?
But he lives through. Mask gets removed. He's caught in the portal, so he certainly is going to fall, but that should never have been a 1-for-1.
What a play by Scream. Now Snoopy under siege. PandaCat nearly gets the solo right away. Snoopy's got no help coming, man. You got to take this one-on-one, and PandaCat's going to win that.
He's able to take him down. A nice kill on the left-hand side. Remember, Scream made it a 1-for-1 by taking down Mask as well. So it's in favor of eUnited. Blink in and onto Hurriwind. Nothing for the Janus to do. Sick'em crushed. Eradicates Hurry.
Scylla with the blink. I mean, what is Hurriwind supposed to do about that? Baskin literally hunting him with that ability.
Well played by Baskin. I mean, man, he's looked so good on this Scylla all game. 5-0-3. 8 kills that he's contributed to. And this tier 2 tower, even with fineokay here, is going to come down. PandaCat threatening the tier 2 and left. Yes, Jigz is nearby, but I mean, all he can do is exactly this and just watch it happen. There's no gold for you to fall back to, but a huge swing in the United's favor. They're now up 10K.
When did that happen?
It just now.
It really did. Within the last, what, 8 minutes that happened? Or not even, 3 minutes, I want to say. They went from 2K to 10K that quickly, and
yeah,
getting 2 tier 2s, a gold fury, and killing just about everybody on the enemy team at least once will, I suppose, make that happen for you.
I hope y'all are in the mood to keep watching Baskin replays, because I'm going to keep asking for them, because he keeps making the plays happen. Go back and see that kill he just grabbed a minute ago, where he was able to blink in onto Hurriwind, and like you said, the polyproc, I believe, was in there as well. Yeah.
400 extra damage in your combo, not too bad.
No, you would not shake a stick at that as Scream is diving underneath the tier 1 tower. He will fall, though he gets good damage off onto Mask in return. CLG very much needed that pick and are glad to grab it.
Shell from fineokay was critical there. Also ends up blocking an auto attack, I think, from that volcanic lightning. But even with that 4-on-5, they have to lose Mask at least for a little bit, and eUnited take advantage and get a tier 1.
That does hurt to lose the life of the party. Benji dashes in, finds no one. In fact, the back completed from fineokay in Benji's face, and Benji might end up falling, ends up going up into the air as Snoopy. He has the scope. Can he land the snipes? Benji just barely avoids them. Mask can't find him either because of the blink. Benji's out.
Benji really low, but is indeed out of danger. Snoopy, not so much. In fact, very much in danger until a huge auto attack from Mask gets it done. Shouts to hi-rez.
That's a big fight from CLG. They found Scream, who gifted them underneath the tier 1 tower, and they hunt down Baskin. They couldn't quite grab Benji, which I think would have been a huge difference maker, where they could even be considering Fire Giant if he's dead. But with him returning to the fight this quickly, they have to back instead, spend some of their gold, and come back out to defend.
eUnited deciding to take a 4-on-5 sieging, even went up by that much, seemed a little bit overconfident.
I think if they have life of the party, they can do it, but it gets wasted early on.
Sure, and then they have the opportunity to back up after life of the party's already down, and decide against it after the fact. Jigz taunt yet again, this time on a PBM, as a little bit of poke, but Screaming to blink in and look for damage on a Hurriwind who gets through the portal.
Volcanic Lightning puts out good damage. Hurriwind a bit low. Everyone gets tagged up. fineokay goes aggressive onto PandaCat, but PBM is there with the heals, and fineokay can find no more purchase there. Hurriwind's low on the backside, but Benji cannot lock down the slippery Janus, and so instead, eUnited will back up a bit.
Hurry does have through space and time now, just came up off of cooldown, so has the opportunity to impact these fights once again. eUnited just has enough presence here. I mean, even when down a member, when you have this much gold, it's hard to siege into a tower, but on a neutral objective, 10K is about 2,000 gold a player. Having mostly an item done over your opposition is usually enough to make up for not having one player.
Nearly 2 items, really, for Baskin. Look at that mid lane matchup. He is almost done with the build. Unfortunate how far ahead he's been able to get over Hurriwind, at least in terms of gold value. Top of the player damage charts right there with Scream as well. So, yeah, eUnited certainly feeling comfortable at this point in the game, but it looks like they're not ready to start FG just yet. They're going to start with Pyromancer, try and force CLG in. They're all here and certainly know what's happening, but it's just too late. Pyromancer goes down quickly. Benji might be locked down, though, and in some trouble. A hefty commitment, but they take him down, but Mask falls, too.
Hurriwind trying to do what he can, but PBM still pulling in Jigz. Baskin's through, or I'm a Monster rather, is on cooldown, but Scream around the back, trying to hunt down Hurriwind, and he's gonna get him.
Look at the lifesteal, he's still perfectly fine. Baskin finds Snoopy, they get the extra movement speed they need. Crush and dive bomb are just too much for Jigz. fineokay, the only one still alive. eUnited rightfully recognizing, just go for the objective. They can take down the Phoenix, but they don't have quite enough damage. Not without the minions. They'll come over to the left side instead.
Good idea. Pick up this wave, and it's a pretty big one, so this is Phoenix is absolutely going down on this left-hand side. Good job by Scream. He gets around the back of that team fight and kind of works as the stopgap. You can't pass me right here, and that buys the rest of his team enough time to get there and join the fray.
fineokay stops the back from Scream, who should be able to get away from this without much trouble, but fineokay just going to be a bit annoying. But I like this from eUnited. This is your cake and eating it too, right? You go grab the Phoenix, and they should be back up and regrouped in time to go start the FG before CLG can really defend anyway. So eUnited are now in a pretty good spot.
Hurriwind does have through space and time coming up, though. So
That's
normally in a situation like this, you'd be right that CLG can't get there to defend. But when you've got a Janus on your side, more things are possible.
Now the question is, does CLG want to defend? It looks like yes. Fire Giant is down to about half HP, and Hurriwind is the man to follow. Through space and time could certainly strip it, but eUnited, I think, recognizing that that small window is closed, they go for the fight instead. Jigz, nowhere near taking enough. Through space and time comes to the back, but Baskin finds the double. Baskin finds the triple kill with I'm a Monster. Snoopy's got to start running because Baskin is hunting for blood.
That was sick. I mean, they come through the portal and just get ran over by Baskin. Snoopy does what he can. He at least picks up PandaCat, but Scream waiting for him on the bottom. Root, Polyproc, see you later. That's 4 in the team fight for Baskin. 10, 1, and 5 for the Scylla.
26,000 damage, and sometimes those big damage numbers can be a lot of irrelevant poke. Not the case here. Baskin is doing a ton of work on this Scylla pick here so far. He is indeed fully finished out in terms of build. I'm being told there's a replay there for Baskin because of course there is. Please allow me to go back and enjoy it one more time.
The 3 replays already for Baskin, just 27 minutes in. So Hurriwind's idea here is sound. Let's try and insta-kill Baskin, but he's got that, and Mask literally gets one shot. Him and Hurriwind group up and end up getting hit by the same I'm a Monster, and Baskin kills them both in one shot. All at once. By the way, Baskin finished off the last member that he hadn't killed.
That's right, yeah.
During that.
That does make it all 5.
While we were watching the replay. So the unofficial Penta. Very unofficial. Like the least official Penta.
Yes, yes. It's very much not one. But, you know, he did kill 5 people. Surrender vote coming out. I definitely understand the mentality from CLG. It can feel tough trying to fight into this lead that eUnited have now where they're able to make big plays like that. And Baskin, I don't know how much is on purpose. He avoids that through space and time. He's able to Snoopy,
no, not like this.
Apparently you're not allowed to do that.
See, that's the thing, is when you're near a minion and then Sikkim hits it, it's an AoE root, and you get hit by 80% of her magical power as well as 260 flat damage.
It's a pretty good ability.
For 175, or 1.75.
One of the best abilities in the game, no doubt. Fire Giant.
That's pretty good.
Should be there for eUnited. But, man, that's so unfortunate. I mean, I get why it might be feeling a bit tough for this team trying to fight in up against eUnited right now. They're so far out in front. Baskin even grabbed Book of the Dead as his last item. So not only is he just doing more damage than you, but, I mean, can you even kill him through the shield? He has, what, Poly and Book of the Dead? Or no, so, Book of Thoth to give him some extra mana?
There's a lot of mana, so he's getting a big shield. And it's really just insurance in case Hurriwind does hit that big combo of through space and time and unstable vortex. I don't know that kills Baskin alone. You do need Mask trying to get up on him at the same time if you want that to truly one-shot.
And it's been a minute since mages do complete 100-0 damage, right? And Baskin's bringing it out here on this Scylla. Benji a bit locked down underneath the Phoenix. Scream eradicates Mask even with the Fear No Evil. He just could not do enough damage. Life for the party. Gonna pull fineokay back in. A double kill for Scream as he takes down Hurriwind. And he wants Snoopy. I don't need Jigz. He wants the squish. He knocks him up. Titan swinging out a little bit too much, but fineokay gonna fall to Benji in the back.
Just too isolated there for Fine. He gets picked apart by everyone else on eUnited besides Scream. And CLG, with their backs against the wall now, trying to defend their Titan.
Not gonna be easy at all. eUnited, don't forget your world champions, don't forget your #1 seed here in North America, are here to remind you today that it is not going to be easy for whoever lines up across from this team. Baskin does end up falling to Jigz, yes, but PandaCat make sure they get the deicide. The set goes to eUnited over CLG.
And Baskin is your MVP.
Yes.
I'm a couple minutes early, and I still feel pretty confident. 12-2, 36k player damage. I mean, this is it was just dominant from Baskin. That double kill from one shot of the ultimate, and then turning and getting the triple with the second shot. 2 shots, 3 kills. That's not bad.
My man bought Blink.
Yeah, and killed people with it a lot.
And used it.
He literally collateraled Hurriwind and Mask. Like he got 2 kills with 1 shot.
I don't even know how do we do the analysis on it. Mask is just really good at the game, and occasionally he just gets it done. I understand that you have to put up the who do you think's gonna the MVP. I understand that's part of what we do here.
Yeah,
it is Baskin.
It's Baskin.
Yes.
Cut and dry.
Yes.
It's pretty easy. When you do that much more damage than everybody else and you go 12-2, you are the MVP. If you want to be MVP, just do that.
Right, yeah. If you can. If that's something that you bring, then bring it. We'd love to see it. But an excellent performance. I said in Game 1, CLG, maybe they could build off it. I don't know. Game 2, they got just kind of run over. eUnited does that, though, sometimes to anybody.
I mean, it was so close to the first 17, 18 minutes.
Sure.
And then it was 10k lead in 3 minutes later. I mean, it just... eUnited plays the map so well, and that's the reason why they're the first seed in North America.
That one gets away from CLG, and eUnited continue to look strong. Let's get it back over to the desk for their analysis one more time.
Sometimes Baskin can just do it. We used to have a saying around here. One Scylla ult, a single Scylla ult can change the face of a game. Well, what happens when you do it multiple times?
Well, they are who we thought they were at the end of the day. That's another saying that we can say for eUnited that has still only 1 defeat, 2 splices. They close out their standings at 9-1.
Baskin could bring out the Scylla. A couple of people were surprised. I mean, this is one of Baskin's selections that he's been running for a long time. Always in the pocket. Shouts to Dizzy. And nothing at all was out of focus here for the mid laner. 36-6 on the player damage. Hey, Toli, who do you think the MVP was?
Maybe the little girl in the mid lane.
Wrong. I guess right. It's Baskin, but he's not a little girl. He's a big, strong man.
What a smile. As he pummels his opposition to the ground.
I mean,
imagine that smile doing this to you.
Oh, that's exactly what he's doing the whole time. I mean, Baskin is out of control. I don't even want... Normally, I would say he's out of control as of late. But I think Baskin is just out of control, period. Full stop. That's just where it is. This guy has been carrying games for I don't know how long at this point, man. And here, just not stopping anytime soon. The Scylla was the mainstay of this choice and why his team winds up with the victory.
Doing his best Lassus impersonation with the Blink Scylla.
Boom.
And this play right here, I believe he gets the unofficial quadro kill here and then kills out fineokay like 30 seconds later for the unofficial Penta on fire.
That's putting it lightly. I mean, this guy was just Cloud9, #1. Pick whatever cliche you want. Baskin was it. And him and his team, the defending world champions, mind you, they are going to stay on top. CLG falls down 2-0 here to the red, white, and blue. Fantastic job there from the Jeskai team. eUnited on top again. And what a surprise, just kidding.
No surprise at all. Mask specifically played a different style than what I was used to on the Hun Batz.
Sure.
He definitely got surprised, I would say, by a lot from Baskin's performance. The global pressure as well from the Athena and Janus. He couldn't really stop what Baskin was bringing to the table because of PBM as well.
Well, certainly some fun things for CLG to work on. They look better. I like them with Mask. I will say that much. Coming up next, Trifecta LG. One more match. Stay tuned. It's October 3rd, and we're wearing pink.